Alright guys, so here's the unboxing and first impressions of the San Martin Vintage Diver. So I've been really excited to get this one, as with all the other San Martins I've had so far, I've been really impressed. In fact, today I'm actually wearing my 62 mass Homage, which I'm still absolutely loving. This is a fantastic watch. I absolutely love it. The build quality is just fantastic. So if this one's anything like this, I'm going to be really impressed. But let's open it up and find out. Oh, and if you haven't seen the review of that, I'll leave a link to it up here if you want to check that out. But let's get into this one. So as you can see, it comes in the standard hard box, as you get with most San Martins, Chronos, etc. So here's the watch itself. I've actually already resized this, so it's not technically a blind unboxing, but I haven't actually worn it properly yet. So let's see what else we get in the box. So, pretty nice NATO strap. I'll have to try that out when I do the full review. And then we've got a few bits and pieces in here. So we've got a spring bar removal tool, a couple of screwdrivers, because you do actually need these to remove these links. So if I zoom in, as you can see, these are little screws, but they're double-sided, so you need two screwdrivers, so you've got to do both sides at the same time. A little bit fiddly, not really what I ideally want. As you can see, I slipped a couple of times, scratched that up a little bit, so I'm not a big fan of them, to be honest. But luckily you only have to do it once, so it's not too big a deal. Now apparently, from what I've read from other reviews and online, this is Loctite, I think, to seal in those screws, but I've not put it in yet, so I'm going to see how I get on. If I have any issues, I'll probably use it. And then we've got a couple of spare spring bars, always handy to have. Little San Martin branded tag. And then we've got the warranty card, which is actually signed and stamped, which is always good. You don't always get that. And then we've got the instruction manual, but we don't need that. So let's get all that out of the way. So now, let's see what the watch is actually like. So, as you can see, it really is a beautiful looking piece. And I really get why people are raving about this one now, because it is really, really nice. The finishing is just brilliant. Not seeing any obvious issues anywhere. Everything's really nice and clean and sharp. Transitions between brushing, chamfers and polishing and everything, spot on, as you'd kind of expect with San Martin. They really are beginning to gain a reputation for great quality at an affordable price, which, as you know, is what this channel is all about. So let's get a quick zoom in so we can see in a bit more detail. So as you can see, sorry about the smudges and fingerprints, these end pieces are actually separate little pieces, and they're polished. Then we've got the brushed links themselves. So all really nicely done. Quickly flick around to the dial. Give it a quick wipe. As you can see, that's looking really nice and clean. All printed, nothing applied, but with it being vintage style, you kind of expect that. All crisply done though. No obvious issues. Nicely aligned. And the hands do look really nicely finished. As you can see, they catch light really nicely. And then we've got a nice bit of AR on that crystal. We'll be checking in the full review what that is. We've got a nice dome to it too. And then if I flick around to the side, as you can see, we've got that San Martin shark on the crown. That is one slightly odd thing I think they've done with this watch. So you've got the San Martin kind of script text on the dial. You've got the crown with the shark, and then you've got the buckle with that hexagonal San Martin. So it's a little bit weird that they've mixed all three into the one watch. I would have personally preferred to have just the San Martin. I think the stylised text suits this vintage style. So perhaps like a little stylised SM, and the same on the buckle, the clasp, sorry, would have been better. But that's just my personal preference. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. See if you agree, or if you think they should have kept it the way it is, or maybe done it another way. So let's check out this bezel action, see what that's like. Okay, so it feels nice so far. Absolutely rock solid, no play in that at all, so that's always good. Does it line up perfectly? It's going to zoom in again. And yep, that is pretty much bang on, I think. Can't see any issues there. So again, that's always good. And I'm really liking that high polish on that bezel. Does look nice. Because you've got a matte dial, I think needed that just to give it a little bit of pop. So it is a nice contrast between the two. Let's check the movement. See how, ooh, that crown's really small. That's a little bit awkward. So, see if I can show this. Because the crown is so short, that it is a little awkward to grip if you've got bigger fingers. Might be something I get used to, but I'm knocking my thumb on that bezel ever so slightly when I'm trying to do that. So we have actually got a ghost date position on this, because I think that's an NH35 in this one, and obviously we don't have a date window, so pop it out again. Yeah, we've got hacking. Yeah, NH35. All seems to be working fine. Yep, I'm winding. So screw that back in. Yeah, that is a little awkward. That's probably one thing I would change, maybe. Oh, speaking of changes, actually, if you've seen older reviews of this, you'll probably know that this was actually changed. So this, if I zoom in, this was originally like one of these rivet style ones. So if you were using the micro adjust to a certain level, that wouldn't actually be accessible because it'd be hitting that. But they've changed that out now for just a flat screw. And apparently people who actually bought that original one, if they had any issues, they could have got a free replacement, which is always good. So it's nice to see San Martin looking after their customers, and that's a really good thing. And again, as you'd expect with San Martin, nice clasp, plenty of micro adjust, double pushers. So as first impressions go, I'm really liking this. So I'll test it out a bit, then come back with a full review. But that's it for this one now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.